360 Fitness, the video and podcast series. I'm your host, Nikki Fogden-Moore, the Vitality Coach. And again, I am just meeting the most incredible, inspiring, talented people, and I'm standing right here in the San Francisco Running Company store, which you have to come to if you're in this area, with Jorge, who started being with Brad, who owns the company, from almost day one. And I've come here from Process of Elimination looking for the most perfect race vest for the Mark Webber Tasmania Challenge in November, which is 5 weeks away. And I have tried looking at all different hydration vests and everything else. And we couldn't ask a better man. Jorge is actually on the Salomon worldwide run team, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
And you're an adventure racer?
I've not done any adventure races, but some of the ultramarathons certainly feel like an adventure race.
Yeah, exactly. So ultramarathon runner, adventure racer, runs 6 days a week, really much a part of the international ultra running community. It's a small community, so everyone knows each other, and at the moment it's really expanding. I'm a complete novice when it comes to adventure racing, and I'm just blown away by the ability to use nature as your gym, and also the advancement in technology of going from, you know, a big hydration pack which you've got to strap on with all your bottles and thinking about your nutrition and your gear for the next day. We really had to find a pack that would be comfortable, still store gear, and give an adequate hydration system. So we're specifically here to talk about the Salomon vest today, and I'm sure I'm going to segue off to a different couple of questions, but specifically this vest came top of the list. I mean, I've tried everything on, it's so comfortable. It's not just for, like, you know, expert racers, is it? I mean, this is for every day.
Absolutely.
Getting outside.
Yeah. I'd have to say, in a very unbiased opinion, you know, is that Salomon really has dialed down with hydration systems. They started before with the Advanced Skin, and now they've evolved to the Advanced Skin Hydro set. This one specifically is the 5 set, which, as you said, it really is looked upon as a race vest with really nice features such as the SensaFit that gives ability to expand around the waist. Just sits super snug with a lot of volume capacity, such as some pockets up in the front here. The 2 soft flasks, which is really accommodating, I think, for both genders. Yeah,
and you know what? This is a whole new thing, the soft flasks thing. So you might not have seen it unless you started looking into this area, but usually you'll see the hard bottles and stuff like this, and flasks, and you know probably from mountain biking that people have got hydration packs, but these soft flasks are really a new generation of hydration system.
Absolutely, very easy to squeeze, you know, your content, and boils down to just absolutely nothing.
And what's the average price of just replacing these or having extras for individual packs?
These are $18 US, and 16 ounce. I can tell you currently the demand is so high that they're currently out of stock.
So this middle one,
yeah,
one down from here.
Yeah, the demand is so high that we can't keep them in stock.
Yeah. So if you're into triathlon, or you're starting to get over your 16K or your 12-mile mark, and you want to look at a good hydration system, I started off wearing what I call low riders. So really comfy hip systems, and they've just become more and more meshed with more of a vest and a form-fitting thing. So again, Salomon does a super comfy skin, if you like. But what I want to talk to you about in adventure racing, if you are about to go and do the North Face 50, North Face 100, or silly things like 350 kilometers over 5 days, then it's not just the hydration system. You need to have things when you're adventure racing in this pack. So
absolutely.
What would you need to have? Usually like a first aid kit, your maps, change of clothes.
Headlamp,
yeah,
arm warmers, gloves. Fortunately, also in this bag, they do provide an emergency blanket, which is really nice, which is one of the requirements they have for one of those crazy races, UTMB, the Ultra Trail Mont Blanc, 162 kilometer. So another thing is that, you know, extra batteries, you've got pockets here also to store your fuel and easy accessibility to. And even details where, like this space here,
yeah,
you can put a tube with salt tablets, because you also need to replace those electrolytes. And or on this side, you can put Jolly Ranchers or candy or something.
Yeah, exactly. Your treats.
Spark the treats.
I mean, the other thing is we're going to talk about nutrition. Is you've got things like Cliff Bars do shot blocks. You've got bonk blockers. You've got block breakers. I think they're called. Like in America, especially at Sports Basement and some of the outdoor adventure stores, the range of nutrition is incredible because there's so much more everyday adventure racing stuff. There's marathons and mountain biking. So coming from Australia, we have a great range, but probably not to the level that you guys have within brands like Power Bar, Cliff Bar, Lara's, all that sort of thing. So I'm going to try this on, and Jorge's going to show me how to actually, fit the vest as well. Because the most important thing is, if you're going to order something online like this, and you've got only weeks into your race, make sure that you know what size you are.
Absolutely. That's the key to all these products. So let's get you in this guy.
So this is a small, extra small.
Yeah, and I'm just going to push down. It does come with this bladder that insulates it, so it keeps the water cool for you when you decide to use a bladder. There you go.
And the great thing about this is normally, in the old days, and I've still got quite a few hydration packs, you've got these clips here and you've got the things you can pull down, but this is a complete fitting vest, so it has to be snug.
Absolutely.
It has to feel like second skin, obviously not tight, but this is an extra small, and it fits me, and I'm not the tiniest person, but
you have good mobility.
It's really comfortable, good mobility.
And what's nice, it just kind of goes really well on your scapula here, but you can see that you just have really good range of motion with your arms. And it sits up really high as well, which is good because it keeps really good counterbalance, while you're doing whatever activity.
Yeah.
365 kilometers.
Exactly. So, I mean, if we're kayaking, if we're running, if we're rock climbing or whatever else, this pack is really perfect. It also goes under, most adventure races have a compulsory bib or for security or recognition. You can throw that over top of this as well. And how much would it cost just to get a bladder for the hydration pack?
That varies. There's different ones. There's a 50 ounce as well as a 70 ounce, and we here have them both for $30. So depending on the volume, I personally like the versatility of 70 ounces because having more volume capacity, you can decide.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do have a choice, take a bladder that has more capacity, because for the longer days you're going to need it. You don't have to fill it up. So
Absolutely.
I mean, use some common sense and always prepare your race nutrition as well. So we want to talk about, you've got your vest, you're ready to go, you've ordered it, it arrives. What sort of things should you put on your list preparing for an ultra race? Like, how would you lay out your gear? What would be your top 3 tips for someone on their first ultra race?
Gosh, well, first and foremost, as amazing, as awesome as a pack and getting the right size fitted pack, first and foremost, most important piece of equipment is shoes, which I do not recommend going online. Is getting fitted at a really good specialty store, and maybe if you're in the Mill Valley area, San Francisco Running Company.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoes, shoes definitely. Obviously, you have to have your nutrition. You gotta know what you're going to be fueling your body and replacing your depleted fuel, as well as I think your needs, whether it is Jolly Ranchers, candy, hand warmers or gloves, headlamp, depending on the situation and what you're doing, and obviously putting all that good stuff in a nice pack like this. Those are pretty key and essential pieces that one needs to have.
Yeah, and the most important thing is do your research and ask questions. Don't just rock up to your first event. And shoes that you've never worn before, nutrition that you've never tried before. It might seem like a fun idea to wing it, but in all reality, you're putting your body and yourself under stress. You're reducing the amount of fun that you're going to have on a race because you're not prepared. So while I might not have done a year's worth of training for the Webby Challenge, mentally I've really enjoyed investigating nutrition, trying different things out, going and biking with different people, talking to experts like Jorge that are really just a wealth of knowledge. So if there's people in your local area, or hop online and go and ask to sit with them, or go for a run with them and just chat. It might be a base training run for them, and you might need resuscitation, but what's really important is don't go to the race with everything brand new. Use your gear beforehand.
Absolutely. You have to use the gear beforehand, and I think you dialed it down perfectly, is that you have to ask questions. And all of us here we'd like to believe we're all down to earth, and we're open to basically eliminate the error for everybody else, because maybe we've done it, and we want to make it a smooth transition for everybody. And I think that's one of the unique things about having good products is having products that we know we believe in, and products that function well for all purpose level individuals. And that's important. And
that's right. And we were discussing before as we were trying on running shoes that while we write recommendations, actually it's really personal choice. So don't be afraid that if something feels right to you and you've tried lots of options, then stick with that gut feeling. To buy the Salomon vest, you can go online. You can look at the gear at salomon.com. You can always email these guys at San Francisco Running Company. I'm going to put everything on the end of the titles for you, as well as in the blog. And I think, if you want to try something, you can hop onto Strava, which is one of the great adventure kind of Strava.com. You can sign up to do a challenge, and you can share your times with other people across the world, and you'll be surprised the community that you start to join as well. And join a local running club, or like me, if you're in a new area,
come run
with people. And it does not matter your level, it's all about enthusiasm. So,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for having us, and I know you're going to give us some tips and links that I can put on the end of this video and also our podcast, but is there one lasting comment that you'd like to leave everybody with when it comes to buying the right hydration pack, and why you guys are so passionate about stocking this?
I'd say first and foremost is you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun, and remember that that's first and foremost. Yeah, we all like to challenge ourselves, and we all want to find all the right pieces to make the event as successful for us, but it's gotta be fun, and get connected with people that have that same passion, that same desire, and that can relate with you in terms of having good products that can make it successful for each person, and most importantly enhance the fun factor, because that's what it's about, just like you and your upcoming adventure that you're going to have some fun.
Exactly, that's right, and hopefully Jorge is going to be watching our team with Lane, Emma and I as we run at Team Spirit, and really that's what we're about. We just want to, we know that we're three girls from different disciplines. Lane's a 7-time world champion surfer, Emma Snowsail's a world champion Olympic triathlete, and there's little old me. So we've got a really formidable team, but our most important thing is to support each other, think like men strategically, and then also just have a lot of fun. So if you've got questions, don't forget you can ask comments from this blog and everything else, and it's been such a pleasure hanging out with you. I'm excited you guys have created such a unique store, and I can't wait to share what you guys do with a broader audience. Thanks,
Thank you. Yeah, go Team Spirit.
Yeah, go Team Spirit, exactly.